Remember Thomas Wooden Railway and how amazing those toys were? Characters that looked actually accurate, well-built destinations. You had Track That Clickety-Clacked, a Thomas that looked like he was on drugs. You can't tell me this was not a classic range. Now, I know this is old news, but how did this range go from this to this?
What the hell am I looking at?
To this? Well, actually, these are pretty cool. This is a huge step up from what we had, but not what we're talking about today. Instead, we're going to take it a few years back and look at what came right before this reboot. The ever so illustrious Thomas Wood, or as I'd like to call them, Mattel branded fire starters. Now, I could spend hours just on how disgusting some of these designs are. Instead, however, we're going to focus on why these toys even became a thing in the first place. Like, there's no way Mattel thought this was going to be a high-selling toy. Oh wait, they did. So much so, they even had campaign around it. So, today I'd like to show you guys a real Mattel promotional pamphlet that, basically explains this. Not only why they thought Thomas Wood was a good idea, but what they think of you. Yes, the consumer. Or at least did at the time. Like I said before, Thomas Wood is long gone, this is not a thing anymore. Though it is a stain on the reputation of Thomas merch all around. One that for me has stuck and only got worse as I found out the reasoning. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's take a look at this pamphlet. So, let's just break this image down real quick. We have a, dude in the middle here, and he's hugging and kissing a tree. Cool. And this gentleman is meant to represent you, or me, or your kids, whoever is going to be buying these toys. Now, right above that, you might notice it says Millennial and Gen Z consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable products. But what exactly is a sustainable product? Basically, anything that provides environmental, social, or economical benefits, while also protecting public health and the environment in their life cycle. Now, as an idea, this isn't necessarily a bad one. It's honestly just a fact people are more inclined to buy a product that does less harm to the environment. You see, my issue is with the execution. How do any of these toys communicate or result in any of those things? So, you took away like 40% of the paint, cool. If anything, you're just showing off the fact you hurt the environment more by putting that wood on display. You're also not paying for a sustainable product with half of the detailing being gone from the start. All it takes is dropping this thing like 3 or 4 times and it's just a normal wood toy. And to cap all of that off, they expect you to pay more for these products? Yeah, no. You see, people would be willing to pay more, and they did pay more when it was a sustainable product. Not literally giving us half an engine and expecting us to be like, oh, well, at least we helped the trees. But that's, as you can see, what they thought. Literally what they thought. This is just the beginning, though. If we go back to the picture and look towards the left, we see almost 3 out of 4 millennials are willing to pay extra for a sustainable offering. Of Gen Z purchasers, 72% are willing to pay more for sustainable products made by companies committed to positive environmental impact. And opposite of that, on the right, we have a pig green box that says Thomas Wood products are a perfect fit for environmentally conscious parents. With 2 different news articles directly under that, which say millennials willing to pay more for sustainable, better quality goods, Nestle chairman, or Nestle, whatever. And big brands and businesses are aligning their missions with millennial and Gen Z consumers. Now, having taken all of this information in, what does all of this tell us? Quite a bit. Straight up from a business standpoint, nothing said here is necessarily wrong. These all are things that companies have to take into account, especially when making products. Though, typically, when these things are realized, it results in a better product. This is not the case here. In fact, all of this becomes a bit demeaning when you take that into account. What they're basically saying is we can change an entire product in the name of environmental or social cause, but because it was done in that cause, our consumers can't be mad about it. They're going to love it even more. As again, the picture in the middle so gracefully illustrates. All of this as a principle may or could have been true. The goals they're so clearly trying to lay out here could have been reached, and in a way eventually were, with the reboot of Thomas Wooden Railway. With Thomas Wood, however, they were more banking on one thing. For lack of a better term, a stupid consumer market. And thankfully, we didn't give it to them. For the most part.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.